Horizontal time. Tao 1. May 24, 2006. One of the 8 characteristics of time is its verticality and horizontality. The past, present, and future reflect the verticality of time. At a certain point on the vertical axis, time loses its future characteristic, which reflects the horizontality of time. An airliner from a certain airline disappeared from ground radar systems while flying along a coast, then miraculously reappeared. When the crew and passengers arrived on the ground, they found that their watches were all 8 minutes, or was it 20 minutes? I can't remember, slower than the airport time. There was a woodcutter who got lost while chopping wood in the mountains. While looking for his way, he saw 2 old men playing chess and stood by to watch for a while. When he found his way home, his hometown had undergone earth-shaking changes. His peers had long passed away, and only a few people remained in the generations of his grandchildren and great-grandchildren. People told him that decades had passed since he got lost chopping wood in the mountains. There is a story that the missing captain of the sunken luxury liner Titanic appeared on a small island, his appearance and physique identical to that of decades ago. There is also a story that an airplane that had disappeared decades ago landed at a certain airport. There is even a story that a couple, while driving fast on a highway in South America, suddenly both fainted. When they woke up, they found their car was driving on a highway 2,000 kilometers away in North America. The results of near-death studies show that some people really did die. Their electrocardiograms and electroencephalograms showed that they were dead. But a few hours or days later, these dead people came back to life, and the resurrected people were telling the strange stories they experienced after death. Hypnotists have a way to guide the consciousness of the hypnotized person into the horizontal spacetime to visit the past years. Scientists believe that there is a wormhole in spacetime. Going through the wormhole can advance into the future spacetime. For example, you can go through the wormhole to see the grandeur of the 2008 Beijing Olympics in advance. The ancient saying, 1 year in heaven, 1,000 years on earth, is not unfounded. It must be the enlightenment of the celestial beings. From the time chapter, we already know that the speed of time depends on the state of motion of matter. 2 ripe peaches are picked from the tree at the same time. One peach is left in its natural state, and the other is put in the refrigerator. After 5 or 6 days, the peach in its natural state has rotted, while the peach in the refrigerator is still as good as new. We can say that the peach in the refrigerator has entered horizontal time. The examples above of the woodcutter who went into the mountains to chop wood and the captain of the Titanic who was still young decades later, while their peers in the world had aged and died, actually show that the woodcutter and the captain entered the horizontal spacetime like the peach put in the refrigerator. Many things that humans actually do, such as sperm banks and so on, are applications of the principle of horizontal time. Sperm dies in a few minutes, or even a few seconds, under normal conditions. But once scientists bring it into horizontal spacetime in an instant, it can survive for a long time and always maintain its vitality. Horizontal spacetime is not a cold world, it is a different spacetime system from the one we are in now. As long as we enter horizontal time at a certain point in time, we enter an eternal state. But after entering horizontal spacetime, we can live vigorously. We can sing and dance, we can talk about love, we can grow old, but once we return to the world from horizontal spacetime, we are still at the point when we first entered horizontal spacetime. Our appearance and physical abilities are still the same as they were in the past. Scientists, based on the theory of quantum mechanics, believe that parallel worlds exist, and not just 1 or 2 parallel worlds. In fact, the so-called parallel world is the domain of horizontal spacetime. I don't need to give you a detailed introduction to this. As long as you look at the 36 dimensions of space, you will understand. Now I am going to tell you a little secret about how to enter horizontal time, in order to bring practical benefits to you. Nothing is impossible, only unthinkable. How to enter horizontal time. To get the whole body into horizontal time requires opportunity. If the opportunity is not there, it is impossible to enter, and there is no use in being anxious. Now I am giving you a method that can enter horizontal spacetime at any time, that is, the method of consciousness entry. Please don't underestimate the method of consciousness entry. People are consciousness, consciousness is people. Without consciousness, people are not called people, they are called dead things, at least they are walking corpses. Once consciousness enters, it is actually you who enters. How to enter horizontal spacetime? At any point in vertical time, you can instantly enter the domain of horizontal spacetime. This point in time is horizontal time. Let's analyze it specifically. I have step by step led everyone's thinking towards the high-level life space. First, I talked about the land of idyllic beauty, then the Lifechanyuan era, then the 1,000-year world, the 10,000-year world, and finally set the target on the celestial islands continent of the Elysium world. I have already drawn out the whole blueprint of life's journey to the high-level space for everyone. Now, as long as you are willing, you can let your consciousness enter any of the above horizontal spacetime domains at any time. For instance, at this very moment, allow your consciousness to enter the land of idyllic beauty. Using the visualized thinking method that I've discussed among the 8 types of thinking, you can freely explore the realm of imagination. The more beautiful you imagine it, the better it becomes. The sky is high, allowing birds to fly freely, the sea is vast, where fish can leap at will, celestial horses roam the sky, coming and going freely. Don't perceive this as unreal or illusory. Anything that brings you joy, freedom, and happiness, including imagination, is not illusory. It is reality that can be illusory. Who can claim that the sexual climax achieved through self-pleasure is illusory? Imagination alters the way the body moves and changes the antimatter structure of life. Sometimes, we see someone lost in thought, or someone enjoying themselves alone. What are they doing? They are savoring beauty in their imagination. As they imagine, their facial expressions change, their psychology shifts, and the antimatter structure of their life also transforms. People who often enter horizontal time share a characteristic: they are generally healthy, happy, and content. Why are they relatively healthy? It's because at a certain point, they enter horizontal spacetime, much like a peach that's placed in a refrigerator. The peach is content in the refrigerator. Over time, compared to the peaches outside the refrigerator, it appears healthy and youthful. The peaches outside may become diseased, bitten by insects, start to rot and emit a foul smell, but the peach in the refrigerator doesn't get sick, it remains fresh and juicy. What kind of consciousness you have what kind of life existence form. You might think that the sun is not moving, the plants not growing, and that your conscious activity has no impact on life. In the subtle changes, unconsciously, in the unpredictable, earth-shaking major changes are happening. As long as you enter horizontal spacetime from time to time, you will be healthy and not get sick, you will always stay young, you will gradually adapt to the way of life in the high-level life space, you will form a tie with celestial beings, and finally become a celestial being and go to live in heaven. About horizontal time, I only talk about these to ignite everyone's thinking library. For the rest, you have to explore and comprehend on your own. The mystery has to be experienced and mastered by yourself. The duck knows first when the spring river is warm, and the willows along the river know when spring comes.